The most fundamental key to transformation in your business, with your children, with your body, with your emotion is energy. Low energy, lousy results, it doesn't matter what it is. High energy doesn't guarantee success because you could do the wrong thing, but you're gonna get to the result or even the mistake faster so you can change it faster if you want. When you meet somebody and they're low energy, what's your first thought? What if they said, here he is, the author of Unlimited Power, Awaken the Giant Within, Money Master the Game, Life Force, Mr. Tony Robbins. And I walk in like this. Hi. Good morning. I'm Tony Robbins and you're not. How many have been with something like this? You want to shake them? Who knows what I'm talking about here? Say I. So we need energy to live. You need energy to succeed. Let me give you an example that's so simple outside business. Let's use relationship. Let's imagine we have two human beings that totally love each other. They're deeply in love and they're both in a peak state. So they both love each other totally and they're in peak states of energy all day long. What kind of relationship could you predict these two people are gonna have? Is it gonna be okay, so-so, crappy, or amazing? What would you say, quick? Which one? It's gonna be amazing, you know that. What do you have the same two people who totally love each other, completely love each other, but they get run down by COVID, lockdowns, financial pressures, inflation, shit they read on TV, the world's coming to end, exhaustion, and they get to a point where they're not peak energy, they're not horrible, they're just like, okay, you know, like pretty good, like better than dead, you know, that kind of thing. Is it gonna be an amazing relationship, yes or no? Love's not enough. What made that person wanna be with you is you were in a certain state, weren't you, when you were pursuing them or when you're interested in them? When you're in love, what's wrong with life? Nothing. Because when you're in love, you don't focus on all that other shit, you focus on you're in love. If they go, would you take out the trash? You go, take out the trash. What else can I do for you? But what happens after 7 days or 7 weeks or 7 months or 70 years, somewhere in there? One day they wake up and go, could you take out the trash? What do I look like, your janitor? I don't know what it is. We used to have so much passion. What happened? Your state. Your mental, emotional, physical state, which means your energy, is the basis of all good things in your life. We all have to deal with big problems. We all have to deal with disappointment. But if you do that from a low energy state, you will be defeated, depressed, overwhelmed, and sad. But if you can build inside yourself a reservoir, which we will do if you push yourself the next few days, it won't just be here, it'll be here, it'll be in both. Because the strongest muscles on earth are spiritual muscles. Emotional, psychological, spiritual muscles. Things like courage, faith, determination, love. In fact, if you think about what affects our external world and our internal world, it's usually what I call invisible forces. Invisible forces affect your life, the most things you can't even see. Gravity, too much, you're dead. Too little, you're gone. Radiation, not enough, you're dead. Too much, you're gone. Electricity, you don't have it in the modern world, you don't function. But the most powerful of all is love and hate. The human emotions. That's where the quality of our life is controlled. If we can take control of that, you can make everything else happen in your world. If you can learn to direct your own mind and emotions. But to do that, we have to change the distorting, deleting, and generalizing patterns. And in order to do that, we need energy. So, how many have ever woken up one day and felt so tired you thought to yourself, I don't want to even talk to people. I don't want to talk to people today. Who's had a day like this? Make some noise if you had. Now, if you fake it and go out there and try and do it, go, hi, how's it going? Hi. We all have giant bullshit meters today, right? Everybody knows that's bullshit. You can't fake people with that. So you have to actually change how you're feeling. You have to have more energy somehow. Where does energy come from? Food? Food? Let me ask you a question. How many of you can remember a holiday where you came together with family and you celebrated by having lots of food? How many can remember a holiday like this? Yes, in my country we call it Thanksgiving. Some of you might be Christmas, Easter, whatever country you're from, whatever holiday. So you eat all this food. What do? How much do you eat? Too much, more than you can handle. And when you can barely move and you're trying to push yourself away from the table, what do you say to yourself? I'll never eat again. And then someone goes, pumpkin pie, and you go, okay. Who knows what I'm talking about here? And at the end of that giant meal, you feel like going on a run? Kicking ass? Taking names? No, what do you feel like doing? Tell me, quick. Sleeping. So food is not it. In fact, how many of you have ever gone on a fast of at least 3 days or more? Who's ever gone on a fast, 3-4 days? Tell me something. As the days go by with no food, not the first day, that's a rough one. Sometimes the second day is a rough one. But if you get to day 3 or 4, does your energy increase without the food or decrease? Shout it out, which one? How could your energy increase when you have no food? Because the way most people eat actually sucks the energy out of their body. That's why when you see people after lunch, they need their coffee and everything else, because digestion, the way most people eat, takes more energy than most of the things they do. So food is not the source of energy. It's a source, it's not the source. What else could be the source of energy then, if it's not food? Sleep? Okay, sleep. Who's ever had 8 hours sleep and you're still freaking tired? Make some noise if you've ever done that. Who's ever had no sleep and then something up, boom, and you're awake all night? Make some noise. Energy is a habit. Energy can be released with your mind, with your psychology. If something happened that excites the hell out of you or scares the hell out of you, energy shows up, doesn't it? And most of us, because of COVID, have been in a habit of sitting on our ass way more than we used to. A lot of people have gained weight, don't feel so good, but it can be transformed. And if you don't, you will not get the result you want in your life. So here's what we got to take a look at. How do we generate it? Well, it's a habit. If you and I are going to change our lives, one thing we got to be clear about is that there are patterns that we might want to change. There are patterns in the way you sit that cost you energy, patterns in the way you move, even in your face. Do you know there are 34 muscles in your face? For most people, this is the largest area of unemployment in the country because they only have a few expressions. They have the same feelings over and over again. The way you use your body will determine the way you feel. So we need to train ourselves. There are patterns in your body. There are patterns of emotion. They go together. If somebody's depressed, tell me, what's their body like? What's their posture like if they're depressed? Shout it out. What's it like? Where are their shoulders? Down. Where's their head? Down. Are they breathing full or shallow? Are they talking loud or quiet? Fast or slow? How do you know this? Because you practiced this shit before, haven't you? Come on. Now, if a person puts their shoulders back and they're breathing fully and they move or talk more rapidly, it literally changes their biochemistry. Stand like this, stand straight, your shoulders back, hands on your waist like you're Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, whatever, and just breathe fully. And if you do this alone for 2 minutes, this is what happens. Your testosterone increases 20% within those 2 minutes. Your stress hormone cortisol drops 25%. And you're 33% more likely to take a risk. So if you get by the firewalk and you're doing this, I don't know. Yes, I do. Literally, your biochemistry will change. Now, I don't teach people to walk around like this with your ass out and your chest up, although that could be helpful. Mine is dynamic movement and sound, because movement has even more power than just being still.